Quite a facility right there. All right, it was quite the roller coaster for Gopher football last week, and now things are starting to get a bit calmer.
That's right. Don Mitchell joins us now, and PJ Fleck starting to put the pieces of the puzzle together on his staff.
Yeah, he wanted to do this quickly because, you know, National Signing Day is coming up. So he has the ball rolling. We'll see how much he can actually get done by when he said he would. PJ said he'd like to have a staff in place by today or the end of the week. And while he reportedly has a good chunk of his moving parts already in place, remember, there are also a lot of contracts that need to be worked out, and some of the guys are coming over from big programs too. So some of these deals may not be official by the U by tomorrow, maybe after the weekend. So here's some really needed speculation. The NCAA may add a 10th assistant coming up, but right now we're just dealing with 9.
Sky-U-Ma meets row the boat, huh?
PJ Fleck has been busy needing to get his 9 assistants hired and signed and ready to get to work. The NCAA allows 10 coaches, including the head coach, who are eligible to give on-field instruction and recruit. So with that said, let's take a look at Fleck's reported hires. Joining him from Western Michigan at offensive coordinator, Kirk Shiraka. From Arkansas, defensive coordinator Rob Smith, former Ohio State offensive coordinator Ed Warner as the Gophers' offensive line coach. And 2 other former Broncos assistants follow Fleck, Minnesota native Matt Simon and Brian Callahan. Now, Simon was the wide receivers coach at Western Michigan, Callahan their O-line coach. So we'll have to wait and see what their positions will be in Minnesota. Gopherholes.com, Nadine Babu likes the reported hires.
I actually think overall people are really excited about the coaching hires. When you look at getting somebody from Ohio State that was a coordinator and he's going to be a line coach, when you got his successful staff that's already made him a top offense in the nation. It's not official yet, but they're looking at hiring Arkansas's D coordinator. And with him, he had a bad year last year, but he had a really good year 2 years ago.
Rounding things out, Rob Wenger, former special teams coordinator at Western Michigan, is set to come to the Gophers in the same capacity. So that leaves 3 more positions open with defensive slots still to fill. Dan O'Brien and Mike Sherrills, the only 2 Gophers coaches retained during this transition, could be options at D-back and linebackers coach positions.
Mike and Emily Sherrills are the first family of the Gophers. They literally bleed maroon and gold. I honestly, if he brought in Mike Sherrills, I think people would just be ecstatic. That would be the icing on the cake.
So while we wait for the icing, we also wait for any of these to become official. Like I said earlier, the NCAA may add a 10th assistant. Some say that role would be widely used as a recruiter for most schools, but that hasn't even happened yet. So for now, we will see who will be signed officially soon. Fleck aimed, like I said, to have people all in place by the weekend and be rolling, his words, by Monday. Not rowing, rolling.
We'll hear plenty of the rowing later on.
Absolutely.
But he's not a guy that sits back and waits for very long.
No,
so
let's get it going, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Don.
All right.
All right.
Well,
how was your drive-in this morning?
it was
afternoon?
Fine. It was fine. It was good. That's when the temperature was starting to drop, though. It was coming down, and boy, the wind kicked in too.
It was almost deceiving because the roads were better. They were clear, but it was still really cold.